Hello, this is Umar, brand evangelist at Spectrum BPO, and welcome to the e-commerce simplified podcast where we skip the fluff and talk about what actually works. Today's conversation is going to be very practical, especially if you are running Amazon PPC or thinking about how AI is changing the way ads are managed. So today's guest is someone who's working at the intersection of Amazon PPC and AI, but from a
Mhm.
very practical execution focused lens. So he's the founder of PPC Jumpstart and a boutique agency managing Amazon advertising and a former seller himself. So he's seen both sides of the game. So what makes this interesting is how he's using AI beyond the usual tools, actually integrating into workflows, decision, and performance optimization. So if you are running ads on Amazon, this conversation is going to be very relevant. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Omar. I'm very excited to be on this podcast. I've seen your stuff on LinkedIn and, we connected. Just a bit of background about myself. So I'm actually like, before even being a seller on Amazon, like, where do I even come from? So I immigrated to Canada when I was 18. I came from Russia. And then I decided, okay, like, I want to be an engineer. So,
Mm,
I went the typical road. I got my degree in mechanical engineering, worked a lot of different jobs, exposed myself to different industries, sheet metal industry, marine, like everything that has to do with mechanical engineering. I still find it fascinating that how people come up with products, design them, do different testing. And then, at that time, I worked like six different jobs from like age of 22 to 28. And then it really got me thinking, like, so I work in the office now, right? And there is always a limit to which you can reach in a typical job, like working for someone in the office. Like, and if people don't like it, they fire you. So, I just started looking for opportunities online. And at the time there was Shopify. So I've sold products on
mm,
Shopify using Facebook ads. And
mm,
then the next venture was Amazon. So, with Amazon advertising, it didn't even start as a service. So I was there as a seller, and the very first product that I launched was actually it was actually workout gloves. So, Umar, do you work out yourself? Do you do any weightlifting?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if that was a pain point of yours, but I do use weightlifting gloves a lot. So I just found like there wasn't anything good on the market. It was just cheap versions that you would need to replace
Mhm,
every couple of months. They rip, they tear apart. So I really set myself on the journey. Okay, I want to create
mhm,
the best product possible. I found a factory in our city in Pakistan. I've created this product. I
mm,
launched it, and the first, like, it actually started making money like right away. And like I got to page one very quickly. Just and I knew it that, like, I didn't understand at the time why, but
mm,
now I understand that I really created a product with the customers in mind, because I was a customer myself. And I'm going to explain that in a bit how that ties into service. So I was a customer myself, like, looking for this best product that I can create. So I launched it. I created the product. I started selling well. And now, how that ties into the PPC management agencies that I've built. So a friend of mine contacted me that was also selling on Amazon. They reached
mhm,
out to me. They've seen my success. They also had their product selling, and they asked me to manage their advertising. And, like, at the time, like, when I was selling, I realized advertising was so important. So I started helping them with their business. The very first 2 months, like, they had the business that's 5 years old. The 2 months is working with me, that was their, like, two best months ever. And that's kind of how the service was born. It's out of my own frustration with advertising, and me, just at the time I was trying to figure everything out on my own, and that eventually became a service. So, I don't come from a background that, okay, I just want to sell it as a service. Like, I used to be a seller myself, and, like I said, I created a product for myself, workout
mhm,
gloves, sold it, and then that transitioned into, okay, I want to be a high touch partner agency in the space that's really helping sellers out. 'Cause, I think in this space, and as you know, There is good
Hmm.
apples, there is a lot of bad apples. I wanted to be that high touch partner that I did not have at the time.
Right, right. Got it. Got it. That gives a clear starting picture of you. Right.
Mhm.
So I find this part really interesting, which is you were an Amazon seller. You told us. So before starting your agency, how did that shape how you manage a PPC
Mhm.
differently?
Yeah, sure. So at least from my own experience managing advertising, and like at the time when I was a seller, like I was also the customer for the service at the time. Working with
Mm,
different freelancers, agencies, and like the way it shaped how my agency operates is very high touch. Like it's not the agency like I talk to different sellers weekly, and
mm,
I keep hearing stories of like this seller they're working with this agency, like they had their like account manager switch 3 different times. And I think to myself, like in my agency, like it's not a 400 bread agency, it's like 15 clients, right? So, and I'm the only person responsible for all of these accounts. Like of course I have people helping me, like PPC managers, you know uh, data analyst, but I'm still the main point of contact for agencies. I mean for clients. So like the work is not being shifted around or thrown around to juniors, and that's kind of
mm.
how I approach it.
Right. That practical experience definitely
Mhm.
changes how you approach things, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so and that brings me to this. What made you go boutique instead of building a big team?
Yeah. So like you see this happening in most of the big agencies, even the smaller ones. Like you sign up, you talk to one person, and then your account gets handed to like a junior person who's handling 30 accounts.
Hmm.
Uh, like some agencies operate that way, some don't, and it's more set up. I wanted to be more set up and focused. So I have a small team, but I'm still very deep in the strategy. Like I know the product that my clients sell. I know the margins. I know the goals for the months, and that kind of lets me operate at this boutique scale, that where I can offer like more attention that
Hmm.
if it was like a larger agency. So it's just it's boutique by design. Yeah.
Right. So that's a different approach compared to most agencies. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about what is changing right now. How is AI actually changing Amazon PPC right now? Not in theory, but what you are seeing in real accounts.
Yeah. So just to give you like a practical example, let's make this very practical for viewers who are
Hmm.
listening. AI, there is good and then there is bad. I'm gonna start with the bad part. So I've audited this account that's like a 7-figure account. They're spending like $37,000 a month. You know, let's just say they're using an AI tool that shall not be named, right? They're using an AI tool for the management. And what AI tool does, and what most of the AI tools do, they're just, they follow simple set of formulas. Adjust X based on Y. This is our target ACOS. And, that's where it ends. There is no plan or strategy in place that that goes beyond that. It's just X,
Hmm.
Y, then paste, then do Z. So, anyways, I've audited their account, and like
Hmm.
50% of their budget, that is going towards something that, like, if a human looks at it, like, the keywords just don't make sense. There is no negations that are being done for a product that's selling, say, adult toothpaste. It's showing up
Hmm.
for kids toothpaste search terms, etc. Like just an example. Like a lot of their budget go into zero sales, like zero sale campaign, zero sale search terms, and the AI tool just spawns like thousands of campaigns, and they're just sitting there like with like $5 budgets, or like $5 spent in the last 60 days. Like you cannot optimize anything based on so much noise. And the other instance I found, like they have this one keyword, and it's running in 64 campaigns at the same time.
Hmm.
Like I could easily make an argument like like you're definitely competing against yourself if you're paying 64 times for the same keyword to Amazon. Yeah, it's just one example, and I've identified like we could save them at least $21,000 in immediately recoverable spend just from cleaning up what automation have done, because no one ever bothered to look at the account and see what's actually happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that gives a real on ground perspective. Okay, my next question is a lot of sellers are doing this. So most sellers use AI to write listings, copy, and stop there. So what
Mhm.
are they missing right now?
Yeah. So I'll approach it from advertising perspective first. So I think what's really useful, at least for me, and what I think a lot of sellers miss is using AI and like teaching AI to understand your product. And
Hmm.
that's not just product images, what the product is about, but also your search term reports. Like feed all of that data to AI and ask it like besides doing very obvious stuff like 20 plus clicks, zero orders, etc. Ask AI, okay, what are the keyword buckets or themes that, in your opinion, will never convert for this product? Like maybe that's not the kind of buyer that ever going to buy this product. And using AI to help you come up with what I like to call negative keyword lists, like something that, or like say never keyword lists, something that
Hmm.
your product would never sell, like certain keyword that your product will never convert for. So
Hmm.
just using AI as like an analytical partner, and making AI understand what your product is and helping and using AI to help you, optimize your PPC better. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Sorry, and just one more point, Omar. Like, so I'm actually
Hmm.
like right now I'm trying to build AI workflows.
Hmm. Interesting.
Simple example alerts. I want like
Hmm.
I want open cloud to look at the account and alert me in the Slack channel. The certain campaign has run out of budget. We hit a certain ACOS over the specific target. Simple things like this alerts, and it just keeps everything much more organized.
Right.
And and also even like like if you were to go more advanced, and I think where AI will really shape the industry's market changes. You can already do it with tools like Keepa. Competitor A has reduced the price, competitor B increased the price,
Hmm.
competitor C is running Lightning deal. So using open cloud to daily analyze market trends and
Hmm.
alert you, or like the person who's managing PPC, like these are the changes. And so being that analytical partner, so I think that will really shape the industry going forward.
Right, right. Interesting. Yeah, that's where the real gap seems to be. Right. So
Mm.
let's make this practical. Can you
Yes.
walk us through how you use AI in your day-to-day PPC management, and what does that actually look like?
Yeah. So every morning, like we have an AI connected to like a separate PPC software, and we have AI scrape search term reports. 7 days period, 30 days period, 60 days period, 90-day period.
Hmm.
And then it sends us a report. Okay, like these are the patterns, like these are the keywords that you should consider negated, that you should consider negating. Like and the key point here is AI, it's not doing actions, it's not taking actions for you, it's
Hmm.
suggesting you what to do. And so this is the key point. And I think where a lot of tools fail is that a lot of tools, they are more focused on doing things for you instead of suggesting. And so this is what we found helpful. So every morning it sends us a report.
Hmm.
Like this is the last 90 days of data, this is what I think you should do. And then as a manager, you go there and you decide, does this make sense based on this client's goals and so on. We also like to use AI for audits. So like we generate certain reports, search term reports, placement reports, etc., and we use AI to help us build a presentation that is compelling, that can help us create a forecast, a plan on how to approach clients' goals.
Right. Yeah, that helps with actual execution. Right. Okay.
Oh yeah, and AI, like at least for me, it's not like this one big flashy things. It's not this big one flashy thing that I don't know. I push a button and then does
Mm,
something. It's multiple things that help PPC managers, me as a client manager. Like I also use AI for like uploading all my clients' calls. It just keeps everything so organized, and if a client asks something, I can always reference AI if I need the specific
mm,
data. Yeah.
mm. Right. Okay. Okay. So, for someone who is watching this right now, uh,
Mhm.
what is one AI workflow that can save an automation seller serious money this week?
Yeah. I've published a video about this, by the way. At the time, I was using ChatGPT.
Mm,
Right now, I've switched from ChatGPT to Claude and OpenClaude. So this is very easy to implement, and
mm,
I think it's super effective. So what you can do is like you can just download your last 30 to 60 day search term data, upload it to AI, Claude or ChatGPT, and
mm,
ask, show me every search term that spends more than $50 and generate zero sales. And ask AI to categorize based these search terms based on intent. Does it have to do with a specific material, shape, color? And ask AI to explain to you why is it irrelevant traffic that you're showing for. Is it a keyword mismatch? Is it a product problem? Is it a listing with our title? So I guarantee you, like if you've never done this, you'll find at least 20 to 40
mm,
search terms that you didn't even think about, but you realize like that is a wrong intent. It's a wrong people. And ask AI to proactively, based on last month's data, like proactively give me a list of one word phrases that we should negate from our entire advertising account. Uh,
mm,
that will like really reduce or limit irrelevant searches. So something simple like that, yet it's so effective. Like we implemented like on all of the accounts we onboard right away, and that already sets the stage for a client because we stop showing up for all of the searches that their products would never even sell for. Yeah, and we use AI to help us make these decisions on keywords negate.
perfect. Perfect. That's immediately actionable. And
Yeah,
right. Okay.
and
So,
it's also sorry, Umar.
yeah.
It's not that it's also immediately actionable. Like it's also easy and free to implement. Like you don't need to have a subscription with Claude or ChatGPT to do it. Yeah, so I
Mm,
recommend sellers to do it.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it. Okay. So, this is something a lot of
Hmm.
sellers believe that a lot of seller thinks that $99 software can
Hmm.
replace a PC manager. When is that
Hmm.
true, and when is it dangerous?
Yeah. So I think it used to be like that used to be the case in I don't know 2012, 2014, like when Amazon was booming, and all you needed to do was to launch an auto campaign, and then it just prints money, and then the cost per click used to be like 50 cents at a time. Uh, you know, right now it's so advanced. There is AMC audiences that we constantly use to target specific segments of our audience. Okay, let's say it's people who viewed our page 4 times. I'm gonna go ahead and launch sponsored brand ads to retarget these people. Uh,
Mm,
so okay, that's already number one. AI cannot like a $99 software is gonna automate basic bid adjustments. It cannot see a strategy like the things I
mm,
mentioned,
yeah.
specific audience segments, retargeting.
Mm,
Uh, and to answer your question, it is very dangerous because if you have a target of 30% SEOs, let's say next month there is two new products that are launching that are targeting 100% ACOS. Like, are you just going to give up a market share to the new sellers that came in the niche? Like, from my experience, like I've tried myself using the AI bid adjustments tools. Like they do their
mm,
job, but what happens? Like I've experienced this on the accounts. Like even on my account in the beginning, like you just start to lose market share, you start to lose sales, and like you're looking at ads manager like, oh, like that's great, 30%, but now we've lost 15% market share months over months because AI
mm,
does not know what your competitor did yesterday if they drop the price. It optimizes things based on conversion, but conversion metric is fluctuating. Market changes, pricing changes, events, Prime Day, Black Friday. There is just so many variables. Yeah. So I think like 99 software could be $99 AI tool could be good for bit adjustments, but you need to have a human in place that's that's constantly feeding that AI loop with the right inputs so that the
Yeah,
outputs so that the outputs which are bit adjustments they're correct. They're not based on a single metric that's conversion because conversion rate is gonna jump around.
yeah. That's useful way to look at the trade-off. I
Mhm.
mean, you need a brain at the end,
Yeah,
right?
and I do not think like at least right now, I don't think it's ever gonna get to a point where it's completely replacing humans.
Yeah,
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like who is buying the products? Like we don't have robots that buy the products. We have humans. So there is emotions, there is thinking, there is comparing.
mm,
There's
right,
all these factors. Yeah.
right, right.
Hmm.
Okay, you mentioned an interesting case in your post.
Yeah.
I've seen that you audited seven-figure brand that was fully managed by AI-driven PPC platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and found some shocking numbers. So, can you walk us through what you found?
Yeah, 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 for sure. So that account I audited. So it's a funny story. So and I'm not trying to paint a bad picture over other agencies. Maybe it's just at the time they didn't try good agencies. But this specific client, like they were with AI tools and they've tried the agency, then they went back to AI tool. Every time they went to an agency,
Hmm.
their sales have gone down. And so, like, it's an interesting case because, like, there is conflict, or not really conflicting goals, but like they have such a large ad spend, they have established products, and I think every time they onboarded an agency, the agency was just too aggressive in imposing things, and and perhaps probably putting that account on another AI tool. So, like in this specific account, like I mentioned, there is a lot of campaigns that are just sitting there with like $5 in spend.
Hmm.
So Omar, like I think in your agency you manage a lot of accounts, right?
Right.
So, like in this specific account I audited, can you imagine it has 1,400 campaigns, and
Hmm.
like 600 campaigns they have $10 in spend or less in last 60 days.
Interesting.
Like there is no way to optimize data on $10 of spend in last 60 days. Like there is just so much going on. Like
Exactly.
they're targeting like six, like so I'm seeing here it's 619 unique targets, and there is just like what, like 10 products. There is just so much going on. It's just AI goes in, changes bits every hour, like without understanding any external market conditions. Yeah, yeah, and it was one of the standout cases where like what happens if things are left on autopilot? Like this is what happens. You have all of this spend that's triggered across thousands of campaigns, and no one is ever checking things.
Right. Okay, that really puts things into perspective. Right.
Mhm.
Okay, looking at the bigger picture, so what
Mhm.
does AI expose about how most Amazon accounts are actually being managed?
Yeah. So this is this is a really good question. Like, what does it expose? Like,
Hmm.
it really exposes like let's say someone is working with an agency. Like, you can simply ask your account manager like, how is our market conditions? Like, why are we reducing our spend?
Hmm.
So, like, I'm not sure if I get your question correctly, but I'm assuming it's like, does AI replace like humans, or does it make us lazy? Well, kind of, because if you ask your manager or a person in place managing your account, like, why is our spend reducing? Like, the bad answer is we are trying to meet your target ACOS. The good answer is our top competitor has put a deal up. This is our spend. This is why our spend is decreasing. Do you want
Hmm.
to keep up? Do you want to keep up the spend? Do you want to fight market share temporarily and lose some profit margin, or do you want to back off? Yeah, and this like it is what you were asking. That is answer it, or were you asking something different?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
You got me right. You got it. Got it.
Yeah. So like uh, right now we're like in a really interesting point. I mean the AI PPC management tools they used to be They used to be in the market for a while, like 3 to 45 years ago. Like there are some big tools that sellers still use. Uh, I think like AI right now is becoming better, like as an analytical partner that you can use to help you. Yeah.
Right. That
Mm.
highlights some deeper issues in the system, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and building on that, if AI can do bid adjustments and search terms mining, what's
Mhm.
left for the human PPC strategist?
Yeah, so that's like I think you answered it already. Like the answer is in your question.
Mm.
So when we say human PPC strategist, like their whole purpose, like the work is shifting from manual adjustments to big picture thinking, the strategy. Like I've explained, the market changes if the product is going out of stock, if a competitor is outbidding us,
Mm.
and do we prioritize the market share? Do we prioritize the profit? And like what are the things we can do, like what are the levers we can do using AI to increase our year over year sales. I'll I'll give you like a practical example. Like one of the things we are doing right now, like we are working with this premium skincare brand. So there are a few things we're deploying. Number one is when you have a skincare brand selling for $100 a product, like it's not gonna compete for the same keywords as like a $12 product, you know, that you can buy in like in the Walmart, etc. It's a totally different game. So we are actually getting good conversions from bidding on another competitor's brands, like other premium brands, like you know so like if with AI being in place, like it would never think, okay, if our buyer is only looking for to buy expensive products, like it would never think, okay, maybe I need to bid on this certain specific
Mm.
segment of keywords, if that makes sense. And so that is number one lever. Number two lever is we are using full funnel marketing on Amazon. So what do I mean by this? We use sponsored display ads to capture specific audiences of people. Like you can go ahead and build an audience of people who are in market for premium skincare products that
Mm.
you would otherwise not capture with just sponsor products. You know, capturing people outside of Amazon using DSP. And so what happens after when these people land to Amazon? We have our really nice video ads, sponsored brand ads, targeting the specific people to basically teach people like this is what our brand, like we have this really high creatives, and convincing people, okay, this is like that is $100 product and it's worth it. Like you cannot come up with this funnel with AI. Like if you have bid adjustments, like what is AI going to bid adjust on? So we need to have a really good input, and that's based on the product, what's your ideal customer profile, etc.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. Okay, let's talk about some common PPC mistakes, right?
Mhm.
So, when you audit any account, so
Mhm.
on specifically Amazon ad account, what is the most common structural mistake you see?
Yeah, so it's just simply campaigns with no clear purpose. Like let's say we are talking about a specific product, and I ask a client, what is the specific purpose of this campaign where we target, I don't know, word, like where we target word skin as a broad match type. Like, what is the purpose of this? So if the client knows an answer, it means like they've had like the good PPC manager. If they don't, every campaign needs to have a purpose, like what I just mentioned now. Like why would we target a word skin for a skincare brand selling expensive products? So
Mm.
the purpose could be it's a casual campaign that is, that gives us a chance to show up at times where Amazon is willing to show us at a cheaper cost per click. That could be the purpose. Or if you have a campaign that's for example have a keyword vitamin C serum, super competitive. Like if I ask a client like, what is the purpose of this campaign? Is it ranking? Is it just a profit campaign? Is it just there to get you like cheap sales once in a while because it's so expensive? So yeah, it's just the clear purpose is a mistake that I see that accounts don't have. And like I said, it's just most of them they run on autopilot, especially those
Mm.
who come from AI management tools. And
Oh.
then the other issue, and this is not really an issue; it's like very rudimentary. So just accounts not having a simple naming convention. We have to follow a certain naming convention that makes it easy for us to understand what is being sold in this campaign, what are we targeting, the purpose of this campaign, etc. It's very simple, yet it helps a lot when managing accounts.
That's something many seller probably overlook, right? Right. Okay, my
Yeah.
next question is and before scaling, what are the signs that a brand is not ready to scale their PPC yet?
Yeah. So a couple of things. Let's start with the most basic ones. Like, do you have enough? Do you have a good enough of a product?
Hmm.
So that's simply verifying your conversion rates. That's using, there are reports you can go to, like search query performance report, to identify on a keyword level, does my product convert better than the market average, or does it convert worse? And if you're way below on your top keywords, that is a signal you're not ready. And then the other one, like whoever is working on scaling, like the business, do they really understand their margins after the landed cost, the fees? What is something that we can afford as a CPA cost per, cost per acquisition on a product to really scale this product? I work with a lot of supplement brands, right? Their CPA is like 3 times the cost of their product sometimes. Like, we are willing to lose money on a first sale. We are willing to run at 100% ACOS to scale the business, and to grow our subscribe and save base. We cannot apply to the same math to a product that's just one off. So the math just
Hmm.
doesn't apply. So it's also understanding your math, and before you even attempt to scale a product.
Got it. Got it. That's a critical balance to understand, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So there is where many sellers get it wrong, which is at what point does
Mhm.
increasing ad budget actually hurt profitability? And how does seller know they have crossed the line?
Yeah, I really like that question, and it's important, and I can give you like a practical answer. Like, just again
Mm,
from my experience,
mm,
uh, when you're increasing spend, like, we need to also track our total advertising cost of sales, tacos. Like, I really, like, teach or almost train all the brands I work with that ACOS metric is rudimentary, it's secondary, and the ACOS metric is more of like advertising performance. The tacos is your business performance. Let's say we are increasing the spend, our ACOS is increasing. Let's look at our tacos and our
mm,
sales. Are our sales growing? And
mm,
is our tacos growing? If tacos is growing disproportionately fast, and the sales are not catching up, it means we need to slow down, and depending on the client's goals. But the healthy pattern is the ad spend goes up. Like, let's say you found good keywords to scale up on, they're highly converting. The
mm,
advertising spend goes up and the sales are increasing. And the good pattern is the tacos stays flat or it actually goes down. It did happen to me once, or even several times, where we start scaling the business and the tacos actually start slowing down. And how we are able to do it is we remove all of the keywords that are wasting budget. Like, say it's a keyword that where you're ranking 50 and the conversion rate is 5%. Like, sometimes we completely remove this keyword from our ad account and we focus on something that, like, let's say we are ranking 15 and it's converting so well. As soon as we push more ad spend towards that keyword and it ranks 5, like, guess what's going to happen? Our organic sales are going to jump. And if you can find a few keywords like this, that's how we are able to sh- to shift the mass in our favor, with the sales going up and the profit actually improving.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your model. You run a small team but manage
Mhm.
accounts that would normally require a much bigger operations.
Yeah.
I have to say how.
So, like, my model is really aligns with, like, with my vision. Like, when I was a seller myself, like,
Hmm.
I'm building an agency that I wish existed when I was a seller myself. Like, someone like that's like a high touch partner, a growth partner that understands your products, and you're not being shifted around junior managers. Your account is not being handled to AI software that just runs on autopilot. I really want to remain this high touch partner that people see. I really dislike a word agency. Like the only reason I call myself agency is I have some people that help me manage the accounts, but I still remain the main point of contact, and it's like a high touch model. That's that is different from what's there in this in the space. And it is going to work for some people. Some people prefer bigger agencies. It's just very different. That's how I built this agency.
Perfect. Perfect.
Hmm.
So, if you were starting today, uh, if you were building an Amazon agency from scratch today, what
Hmm.
would you do differently using AI?
Yeah, like if I already knew about all the capabilities AI could do, like I would build like an AI personal assistant. I would connect it to all of my emails, all of my Slack channels, and sort of keep everything in the same loop, and have AI help me with writing SOPs, have AI help me train people, review interviews, which is in fact what I'm already doing. But I would have just done it from day one, so that AI has a full picture of like where it started and where I want to take it.
Right, right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very forward-looking approach, right?
Hmm. And just a quick thought again. I think the future of agencies is not an agency with 400 people. It's like 10 to 15 really sharp people that use AI to make them more efficient, to make them fast, proactive, and so on. Yeah,
Very
that's
true.
how I see.
Very true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
very true. So, next question is for agencies. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, what do agencies need to change right now to stay relevant in the AI-driven world?
Yeah, so I think at least how so like in the agency space, like let's be honest, like we're selling a subscription. Like people pay us monthly retainers.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we should like the agencies who will cease to exist are the agencies that are selling hours. Like here is our retainer. Here are the list of tasks we do. Here is a weekly report that you will get. But the agencies that will really grow and thrive, it's the agencies that are selling outcomes.
Mm,
Outcomes that are also tied to pricing. Let's say like for my agency, like what's my how I advertise myself is we deliver fast and profitable growth to businesses. We are not going to say we've onboarded your account, we need a few weeks to learn. We do it from week one, week two, etc. You already start seeing results. So it's acting fast, and it's a profitable growth. It's not a growth it's not in a growth in the cost of expenses. It's a profitable growth. So this is our outcome. We don't say like, oh, this are your weekly report, and we are done. There is an outcome. There is a transformation that we're selling to a client, and the transformation is if you can make this business profitable, you can go ahead and you can launch a few more products next month. You can take off advertising management of your plate completely and focus more on growing your business.
right, right. That's
Mhm.
something a lot of agencies need to think about it. Right, got you. Okay.
Mhm.
And in terms of opportunity, what opportunities do you see for e-commerce brands and agencies in the next or 2 or 3 years? In the next 2 3 years.
Yeah. So like I mean like right now like AI is becoming so accessible. Like it doesn't care how big you are. Like a brand that's doing $2 million a year can access the same tools, analytical capabilities that a brand that was doing $50 million a year. Like in the past, like this larger brands like Colgate, L'Oreal, like they had their own tools that they
Mm,
spend a lot of money building. Right
exactly.
now, this gap is closing. There is a smaller brand that can that can spin up the same kind of tools using AI in a matter of days, weeks, not months. Yeah, and that could be a tool that evaluates your external market conditions, the tools that helps you come up with new products, product research.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
right. That's open up a lot of possibilities going forward. Okay. Our last section is
Mhm.
rapid fire. Let's do a quick rapid fire, short and direct.
Yeah,
So, number one is AI will replace filling the blank percentage of jobs.
yeah.
How many? How
uh,
many percentage?
yeah, so I think like my quick question, it will not replace a lot of jobs, it will replace the tasks. So the
Great,
jobs
great,
will
great.
remain there, but the job nature will shift from doing things manually versus being a big picture thinker. That is feeding inputs to AI.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, one skill every Amazon seller must learn right now.
Mhm.
What is it?
How to talk to AI? It's like prompt engineering. How to ask the AI the right questions so that it gives you the good answers.
Perfect, perfect. Biggest myth about AI in the e-commerce. What is it?
Yeah, this one is kind
It
of
will
funny,
replace the
but
jobs, right?
yeah, yeah. The biggest myth is that it replaces expertise. Like, I don't know if you've seen
Exactly.
this happening, but on my LinkedIn, I don't know, maybe on your LinkedIn too, I get a lot of comments on my posts that sound like AI.
Yeah, generated. Yes, 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 I'm
So
seeing.
yeah, and you cannot say like that is not expertise. That is like that is like the opposite of expertise. So it is not going to replace expertise. Like maybe later when people can train AI not to sound like AI, but
Mm,
we are far from there. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. The
yeah.
last question is build a big team or build with AI.
I'm more leaning on towards small team plus AI because that's where I am right now, and I think that's where a lot of agencies will be eventually shifting towards. AI is already replacing AI is already replacing creative designers like Nana Banana. Some of the stuff I've seen, it's very close to what you could have gotten from a creative designer.
Mm,
So I think that job is slowly being replaced, like the creative stuff. So yeah, my answer is small team and just very good AI tools.
yeah, perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
So that was a powerful, honestly, this conversation
Hmm.
changes how you look at the business completely. Vadim, really appreciate you coming on the and sharing such practical insights. For everyone watching, if you are still running your business the traditional way, this is your signal to start adapting. Make sure to connect with Vadim, and if you found value in this episode, share it with someone who needs to hear this. And if someone wants to connect with Vadim or learn more about his work, I will make it easy. I will add your LinkedIn profile, I mean, Vadim profile in the
Hmm.
contact details as well in the description. So you all guys can reach out you to him directly. So this is Umar, and I'll see you in the next episode of E-commerce Simplified. Until then, stay smart, stay ahead.